Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart cause they're not gay.
That's what I call swordplay.
I'm never touching another man's wood again.
After playing for a few hours, I can confidently say that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is, hear me out, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Let me explain. The first game was brilliant, but it was not without issues around graphical optimization or quest bugs, as well as garnering a poor reception from casual players due to it being a slow burn, tediously realistic, almost simulator-esque medieval journey of peasant boy Henry becoming an armoured peasant boy turned squire boy who can use a sword now. About 10 hours into the sequel, I can say that while this feels very much like Kingdom Come Deliverance, it's much more polished than the original game, with a tweaked combat system, some truly gorgeous scenery, and no quest bugs to note so far. Though it still is a slow burn, tediously realistic, yeah, all of that. Except Squire Boy is a bit more experienced here, now being a knight, following on directly from the end of the first game. The opening is exciting and action heavy, following a castle siege as you fight as a knight alongside Sir Hans Capon. As things begin to look bleak, we're sent several weeks back in time to Henry and Capon's arrival in the region, wondering how this seemingly peaceful start might culminate in the battle to come. With Henry, Sir Hans Capon and their company arriving in this new region directly after setting off in the original's finale, things don't stay peaceful for very long. In true video game fashion, you'll be stripped, literally, of your gear, experience, and skills in a lore-friendly way so that you're back to something of a square one.
Fuck off! Shut up!
You don't have to learn to read again, though.
Because I can read? Can you read? Can any of you heathen cutthroats read?
I must say that no.
And I can write and all.
One of the things I noticed improved was the combat. In the first game, you'd have 5 directional inputs for an attack, as well as a stab in the middle, and would have to be smart with combos, blocks, timing, and outthinking your opponents. Here it's slightly more simplified, not to the detriment of the complexity, but more to the benefit of the enjoyment and deeper mechanics. You now have 4 directional inputs of left, right, above, and below being the stab motion. It keeps the control of the combat itself intact, as well as the tension in facing off another opponent, but it means you can more easily discern attack directions and retaliate more readily. It makes sense that Henry would find combat generally a bit simpler now, but I've also just been having a lot more fun in duels compared to the original game, thanks to these subtle tweaks.
Run!
Thank you. I'm in your debt. Farewell.
The crime system is also a lot more crimey. The crime system is also a lot more fleshed out this time around. This was already ambitious in the first game, but here there are a lot more potential outcomes and things to be wary of. For example, I was tasked with retrieving a loot from a local carpenter, though I was warned that he wouldn't want to sell it. Despite this, I spoke with him and
I heard you've got a really fine loot.
was quickly turned away.
You really won't sell me that loot?
How many times? No, I won't. Now leave me be.
So, of course, I snuck into his house and took it.
A nice instrument.
A few in-game hours later, while I was well on my way to the neighbouring village, a pop-up told me that the carpenter had reported the theft to the local guards and accused me because, well, obviously. NPCs will use context to their advantage when it comes to suspicious activity. So if you're hanging around or doing something strange, even if you don't actually commit a crime, they might still report or confront you. Just be careful not to take it too far because you can be executed.
Fuck off!
And of course, I would be remiss to not mention the best thing about this whole game so far.
Hear ye, hear ye. You can pet the dog.
Good boy. Good boy.
He's really cute.
You can pet the dog. Or more specifically, you have a dog. Mutt from the original game's A Woman's Lot DLC loyally returns by Henry's side and has a lot of functionality. While you can just keep him around and give him food to maintain his loyalty,
Here you go. Take it.
You can also level up in the Houndmaster skill to unlock perks and commands. You can have Mutt track things to save you the trouble, bark to draw attention, or even just give you a charisma boost while he's with you because everyone loves a good dog. Or my personal favourite, he can keep you warmer and cozier while camping out in the wilderness, giving you an extra rested buff. Now that's a good boy.
Good boy, good boy.
In just a few hours with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, this is a big improvement on the original, with a lot more polish, care, and many great additions to the gameplay that make for a much more enjoyable experience.
Why do they call you Ignatius?
Bruh.
Alright, keep it to yourself.
That said, it's not a completely different feeling. If you didn't enjoy the first one or thought it was a little too slow or tedious, then chances are you'll feel the same with the sequel. But with a lot more on offer, it might just still be worth trying out.
Now who can that friend be? Well?
Ludiak?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, oh, oh. Watch out, here we go. Oh,